Hey everyone, how's it going? Thanks so much for tuning in. For today's video, we're going to be taking an in-depth look into the all-new BMW Alpina B7. In this review, we'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clip, and go over the performance data, taking on a thorough drive and show you many of the unique aspects throughout the interior as well as exterior. A special mention to Hendrick BMW of Charlotte, North Carolina for providing this opportunity to us today. For more information about the dealership, including contact info and current inventory, please feel free to check out their website provided in the description box below. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and hop on in, start her up, and let her run. Along with a remote access smart key system, the B7 also comes standard with soft closing automatic doors. To start, just make sure you have the key fob within the interior, then simply put your foot on the brake and hit the dash mounted button to go. First introduced for 2016, the all-new 7 Series is an engineering marvel that's laden with technology and advanced construction techniques. No stone was left unturned when it came to improving upon the brand's flagship for its 6th generation. Along with revised engines that are more powerful and more efficient, priority was placed on reducing weight, enhancing comfort, and giving the 7 Series a greater sense of dynamism. In the US, the 7 Series is now offered exclusively in long wheelbase form, while other parts of the world still have a short wheelbase option. BMW claims this car is the roomiest sedan they've ever built and features class-leading rear seat legroom. Alpina's history and relationship with modifying BMW spans many years, but it wasn't until the early 2000s that they first became available in the United States. Currently, Alpina models include the 6 Series Grand Coupe-based B6 and the 7 Series-based B7. The B7 in particular is all new for 2017, taking performance and handling to new heights. It primarily competes alongside the Mercedes-Benz S63 AMG, the Audi S8 Plus, and the Porsche Panamera Turbo. The styling of the new 7 Series combines familiar BMW proportions with beautiful attention to detail. The silhouette is characterized by a long wheelbase with short overhangs, a long hood, and a set-back passenger compartment. At the heart of the body structure is BMW's new carbon core passenger cell technology. It combines carbon fiber reinforced plastic elements with ultra-high tensile steels and aluminum. Carbon fiber is used in the A, B, and C pillars, the windshield header, and the transmission tunnel. Along with shedding weight, carbon core results in increased strength and rigidity of the passenger cell. The body panels are still primarily made of steel aside from the composite front fenders, but for the first time, aluminum does make its way to the doors and trunk lid. More aluminum can be found within the chassis to reduce unsprung weight by as much as 15%. At 4,820 pounds, the B7 still isn't a lightweight, but it does come in at almost 200 pounds lighter than its predecessor. That weight is evenly distributed between the front and rear axles for an inherent sense of balance. The B7 differentiates itself by way of subtle but effective body modifications, unique wheels, and badging. Front and rear spoilers give the car a more powerful and aggressive presence while blending form and function by reducing lift over the front and rear axles to almost zero, allowing for superior stability at any speed. Large openings in the front fascia ensure proper airflow reaches the cooling system, a portion of which also helps cool the front brakes. The rear fascia complements the performance vibe established by the front with the incorporation of quad elliptical exhaust tips. The smooth bodywork in the new 7 Series allows the air to pass over and around with little turbulence, leading to a drag coefficient of 0.32. A couple highlights include the vents behind the front wheels that help smooth the airflow from the wheel wells as it moves down the body, and the iconic BMW kidney grille, which is fitted with an integrated air flap control system that adapts to the car's cooling needs. When closed, during highway driving for example, drag is reduced even further for greater efficiency. The all-new 7 Series is the first BMW to feature this technology. With regards to pricing, the 2017 B7 starts at $137,000 before options. As expected for a vehicle of this caliber, it already comes very well equipped. But for those discerning individuals who appreciate an added level of personalization, there's a wealth of additional options to choose from. Our tester, equipped with both the available driver assistance packages, a Bowers & Wilkins sound system, 21-inch wheels, and more, retails for $150,395, including a $995 destination fee. The B7 is fitted with 20-spoke Alpina Classic forged aluminum wheels, available in either 20 or 21 inches in diameter. The forging process creates a denser alloy that strengthens the wheel and saves a total of 22 pounds of unsprung weight over a comparable cast wheel. Regardless of the size, they measure 8.5 inches wide in front and 10 inches wide in the rear. As shown here, if opting for the 21-inch wheels, which costs an additional $1,300, Michelin Pilot Supersport Performance tires are automatically included, two 55/35s in front and two 95/30s in the rear. They should allow the B7 to corner at just over 0.9 g of lateral acceleration. With the standard 20-inch wheels, you have the choice between all-season or performance tires at no additional charge. Alpina claims the B7 can stop from 62 miles an hour in 118 feet, thanks to an internally ventilated braking system comprised of 15.5-inch front discs with 4-piston fixed calipers and 14.5-inch rear discs with 2-piston floating calipers. BMW's integral active steering system, which is optional for both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive 7 Series, comes standard on the B7. It combines the variable ratio electric steering setup on the front axle with active steering on the rear axle. The rear wheels are able to turn up to 3 degrees in either direction. At low speeds, the wheels steer opposite to the front to virtually shorten the wheelbase, making low-speed maneuvers even easier. At higher speeds, the wheels turn in the same direction as the front for greater high-speed stability. All 7 Series models feature a fully adaptive self-leveling air suspension with double wishbones up front and a 5-link design in the rear. Along with providing exceptional ride quality, the air suspension serves an important role with the B7's sporting characteristics. For starters, the ride height has an adjustment range of 1.6 inches. At speeds greater than 140 miles per hour, the ride height is automatically lowered by 0.8 inches. You can also lower the car manually by selecting the Alpina's exclusive Sport Plus mode. This effectively lowers the B7's center of gravity, further increasing its agility and high-speed stability. It also increases front wheel camber for even more direct turn-in when cornering. On the other end of the spectrum, ride height can be raised by 0.8 inches at speeds up to 20 miles per hour to increase ground clearance. In addition to the air springs, electronically controlled dampers at each corner are able to vary rebound and compression to soften or stiffen the ride automatically based on the driving conditions or manually via the drive modes. Another optional feature for the 7 Series that's standard on the B7 is Active Comfort Drive with Road Preview. It combines active roll stabilization that's now electronically controlled versus hydraulically controlled in the previous 7 Series, along with anticipatory chassis control. The latter uses an interior camera to read the road ahead and enables the dampers to react proactively to road irregularities. BMW's xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive system is the sole drivetrain option for the B7. The fully variable electronically controlled power split between the front and rear is dependent on a variety of sensory inputs such as steering angle, lateral acceleration, yaw angle, and speed. It not only enhances traction and stability during inclement weather, but in conjunction with the electronic limited slip differential, it sharpens handling in corners. This is especially true with the B7, as Alpina took it one step further by adding their own calibrations, allowing the system the ability to deliver even more rear bias torque than the regular 7 Series. At the heart of the B7 is a modified version of BMW's N63 4.4-liter twin-turbocharged V8. Core changes include a less restrictive air intake system, updated air-to-water intercoolers, larger turbochargers, and an upgraded cooling system. Special Mahle pistons and NGK spark plugs are also included. The engine is constructed using aluminum for the block and heads and features a closed-deck crankcase for greater strength and a forged crankshaft for reduced rotating mass. Also, the intake manifold is partially integrated into the cylinder head. BMW claims this is a first for a production car to decrease airflow resistance and maximize volume, all while keeping exterior packaging compact. Along with double Vanos variable cam positioning, BMW's Valvetronic system replaces the need for a traditional throttle body by individually controlling intake valve lift on each cylinder. Fuel is delivered through a high-pressure direct injection system accompanied by a compression ratio of 10:1. Maximum engine speed is 6,500 RPM. The twin-scroll turbochargers are nestled within the V of the engine and are driven by cross-bank exhaust manifolds. This reverses the flow of gases through the engine and shortens the traveling distance to virtually eliminate turbo lag, leading to impressive throttle response and more linear power delivery. With enlarged inlet and outlet diameters, the turbochargers are able to push up to 20 psi of boost, generating 600 horsepower between 5,750 and 6,250 RPM and 590 pound-feet of torque between 3,000 and 5,000 RPM. The B7 is estimated to hit 62 miles an hour in about 3.7 seconds and 124 miles per hour in 12.5 seconds. Those power figures represent an increase of 155 horsepower and 110 pound-feet of torque over the new 750i, and an increase of 60 horsepower and 52 pound-feet of torque over the previous B7. With a claimed top speed of 193 miles per hour, the B7 is one of the fastest sedans in the world. All of that power is harnessed by an 8-speed automatic transmission that was specifically developed through collaboration with ZF. To engage drive, you press the unlock button on the back of the shifter and pull it towards you. Moving the shifter to the left while in drive enacts a sport algorithm that raises the shift points and livens up the transmission's behavior for more spirited driving. Along with having a built-in launch control system, you're able to change gears manually by either moving the shifter forward or backward while in sport mode, or by Alpina's Switchtronic system. Instead of your conventional paddle shifters, Switchtronic includes a pair of buttons in the upper spokes of the steering wheel. Shifts are lightning quick and occur in as little as 1/10 of a second. In manual mode, there's no automatic upshifting, as gears are able to be held all the way to the engine's rev limiter. On top of that, the transmission features the latest comfort and efficient dynamics functions, such as connected shift, which uses navigation data to anticipate shift strategy based on traffic routing, and coasting, which allows the engine to decouple from the transmission in certain instances to save fuel. Providing an aggressive soundtrack to match is a stainless steel Alpina sports exhaust system. Along with reducing back pressure and weight, it incorporates active exhaust valves to adjust the level of sound based on which drive mode you're in. In other words, the car remains quiet in comfort mode, but becomes louder when set to sport mode. EPA fuel economy estimates range between 16 miles per gallon in the city and 24 miles per gallon on the highway. Expected average is around 18 miles per gallon. Brake energy regeneration and auto start-stop technology is standard to improve efficiency. The B7 runs on premium fuel with a total capacity of 20.6 gallons. The B7 comes standard with a rear-view camera, but with the driver assistance package, as you can see here, it adds side and top-down views. Not only does that give you a nice close perspective of certain areas of the cars, but it also can come together to create a full 360-degree view around the car. Along with a variety of settings, there's also another view labeled Car Wash that allows you to more accurately pinpoint where the front end is. Inside, the new 7 Series takes design, functionality, and passenger well-being to even greater heights. Spearheaded by an all-new xDrive system and a suite of available semi-autonomous driving aids, there's enough tech in this car that it can easily take double the length of this video to explain everything in great detail. Utilizing only the finest materials, including genuine wood and metal finishers, this interior represents the absolute best that BMW has to offer. Craftsmanship and attention to detail can be felt throughout. Leather wraps the doors, dash, and center console, while the headliner can be had in Alcantara. The B7 is no different, as its interior is configured pretty much the same as the 750i. The primary differences lie in the subtleties, including a hand-finished leather steering wheel, illuminated door sills, unique floor mats, a custom instrument cluster, special badging, and a manufacturer's plaque on the center console. Aside from a couple of exclusive wood options, including the Alpina Piano Black trim shown here, the B7 is offered with the full array of leathers, colors, and woods that you'd expect on any other 7 Series. BMW's 20-way multi-contour front seats offer a myriad of adjustments, including active massage, to provide incredible comfort and support over long journeys. They come wrapped in premium perforated Nappa leather with diamond quilting. Heated and cooled front seats are standard, as are heated rear seats and a heated steering wheel. Along with 4-way power lumbar, the front seats feature articulated upper backrests for added shoulder support, as well as adjustable lateral support, adjustable thigh support, and headrests with adjustable side support. Despite the level of technology in this car, BMW was able to keep things rather intuitive, especially when it came to the center stack and center console. Along with the controls being easy to reach, a combination of hard and touch-sensitive buttons keeps things clean and modern. For example, touch-sensitive stratification, located right beneath the center air vents, allow you to fine-tune the settings of the quad-zone climate control system. In other words, you can make the air from those two vents slightly colder or warmer compared to the temperature you have set below. However, BMW went beyond that by introducing a system known as gesture control. A camera by the rearview mirror is able to detect 5 hand gestures as long as you're in the vicinity of the center stack. Storage space is abundant within the 7 Series. In the center console, ahead of the gear lever, there's a divided compartment that houses 2 cup holders, a removable ashtray, and a USB port. The door covering the compartment can be opened fully or partially if you just wanted access to the cup holders. Toward the rear of the console is your main bit of storage that houses an additional USB port and power outlet. It's also where you'll find a wireless phone charging station that doubles as the charger for the optional display key. On the left-hand side of the dash, beneath the lighting controls, is another compartment for stowing smaller items. Of course, on the passenger side, there's a large locking glove box that's lined in felt, illuminated, and offers a generous amount of space. Also, like the Mercedes S-Class, the 7 Series is available with a perfume atomizer with a variety of different scents. This example features the optional Bowers & Wilkins Diamond Surround Sound System. It's a $3,400 option that was designed specifically for the new 7 Series. Along with the beautifully detailed metal speaker grills, the system churns out 1,400 watts of power through 16 partially illuminated speakers, thanks to a 10-channel amplifier. While you can't see the illumination during the daytime, they produce quite the spectacle at night. Like I said, the 7 Series has an all-new xDrive system that works very similar to previous setups, but this one now has a touchscreen. So in addition to the rotary dial and the shortcut buttons in the center console, you gain some extra flexibility and ease of use when it comes to certain menus like navigation, where you can scroll and pinch and zoom and all of that kind of stuff that you would typically find on a smartphone. This is one of the most detailed and intricate infotainment systems out there because there are so many features packed in. It's not as daunting as it seems because everything is nicely organized and grouped by function. Once you figure out the different menus and sub-menus and the general location of all of the essentials, it starts to become second nature, especially with the rotary controller. Along with satellite radio navigation and hands-free Bluetooth technology, there's a built-in SIM card so the car can act as a Wi-Fi hotspot. It also unlocks the ability for all of these different apps to provide even more functionality to the system, such as Yelp and real-time weather updates. Apple CarPlay compatibility is an option. All of the driver assistance technologies are split up into 2 different packages. If equipped with both, like this example, it would total $3,600. Aside from adaptive cruise control and active lane keep and assist, within the intelligent safety menu by the button next to the hazards, you can see the wide array of other features such as frontal collision warning, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, and more. When all of the systems are active, the button illuminates green. When it's orange, only some of them are, and they can be completely turned off if you desire. One of my favorite new features on the 7 Series is the display key. There's a touchscreen built in and a handful of different menus that allow you to check on security information, vehicle information, fuel status, and even precondition the climate control. But if equipped with the remote parking feature similar to Tesla's Summon feature, you can actually use the remote to pull the car in and out of parking spaces. So now let's go ahead and see how she sounds. Alrighty, let's go ahead and shut her down. Next, we'll head to the back seat and check out overall space and amenities. Thanks to its long wheelbase, the back seat of the 7 Series is nothing short of cavernous. Being one of the most comfortable setups I've sat in quite some time, it's hard to make a decision on whether you'd rather drive or be driven. The open space also allows for the possibilities of additional configurations to really raise the bar on luxury. Aside from a couple of optional features, what you see here is basically the standard configuration. That doesn't mean it's without amenities though, as you still have the climate controls, heated seats, vanity mirrors, and plenty of storage. There's 2 major optional packages if you wanted to take things further. First is the $5,750 Executive Lounge Seating Package. It adds an electric reclining seat and footrest behind the passenger side. Along with being able to recline the backrest to an angle of up to 42.5 degrees, the front passenger seat can be moved forward by 3.5 inches with its backrest tilted all the way forward. For a completely unobstructed view to the front, the passenger seat headrest can even be folded down. A complete rear seat entertainment system with dual 10-inch screens is also included, as is a folding center console which features a fold-out table, 2 cup holders, a storage compartment, and a new 7-inch touch command tablet. The second package is the $3,900 Luxury Rear Seating Package, which includes ventilated seats with active massage, heated front and rear armrests, and more. The command tablet is also included. When opting for the powered rear sunshades, a pair of vertical LED lights are added to the B-pillar areas of the doors, a nice complement to the rest of the interior lighting. A panoramic moonroof is standard, but this one's equipped with the optional panoramic Sky Lounge LED roof. Light emitted by LED modules across the sides is spread evenly through the glass surface. The light hits etchings in the glass to create the effect of a starlit sky, similar in concept to the headliners found in certain Rolls-Royce models. A powered trunk lid comes standard along with a hands-free feature, so if you're carrying a bunch of bulky items, you can wave your foot underneath the rear fascia and not only open the trunk but close it as well. Inside there's 18.2 cubic feet of cargo space, with a small open section in the rear seat to load some taller items like skis or poles. Underneath the trunk floor is the battery, and to the left-hand side is a first aid kit. There's plenty of cargo tie-downs, a small cubby to the right that's perfect size for the owner's manual, and a 12-volt power outlet. LED lighting keeps things illuminated at night. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the 2017 BMW Alpina B7. Be sure to stay tuned next time and leave a like and subscribe today. There's always a lot more where that came from. Take care everyone.